Hello, we're going to talk about book novels and book themes and book titles and, of course, the book cover.
So, this is Nathaniel Sewell. That is, of course, my pen name, as I said in one of my other videos that I just shared. Um, but I think looking at a book, particularly fiction, and trying to understand what it's about before you even read it is a lot of fun. Understanding how it's pieced together. That's really what my intent here is to sort of inspire maybe somebody that wants to write and kind of tell them how I do things. I'm going to go through all my 6 novels and explain, the theme, the book title, the book cover, kind of how I did all that stuff earlier in the video, and kind of show you what I was thinking and sort of walk you through that part of the process. In subsequent videos, I'll talk about the back of the book. I'll talk about where the characters come from, how do I imagine them, their dialogue, things like that. But for our purposes today, I just kind of want to focus on those 3 elements to it because I think it's massively interesting when you're trying to figure out whether you want to buy a book and what would lead you to want to do that. Well, one thing is this is political satire. Now, I'm generally not a hugely political person, but if I'm looking at it from a nation to a nation, this book is really about, well, let me show you.
Gunpowder, the compass, gambling, China, China, China!
So now you know it's about China, 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 which is, it's a story about, and it's satire, so it's meant to be a little weird, a little off-putting. The main element is the main character, Benjamin. He's whitey. And who do you want to wipe and get out of the way if you want to take over the United States? Well, it's me, my age group. That's where you want to attack. And the way you do it is you do it through the younger generation. That's how Mao did it in China. If you look it up, that's the Cultural Revolution. That's kind of what happened. They took care of the elites. They took care of the academics. So that's the basic theme behind the story. And if you look closely at the book title, it says, "Hey man, where's Dr. Huang?" Well, I had 2 elements that really kind of, and they're a little funny, I admit this, they're a little strange. You got the Big Lebowski, one, and then you've got Caddyshack. And let me show you.
Hey man, hey Wayne, what's with the pictures? It's a parking lot. Come on, will you?
So, "Hey man, where's Dr. Huang?" was sort of influenced, as you could see, from 2 very desperate movies, artistic expressions that you would almost think have almost nothing to do with each other. And yet, it kind of goes to show you how creative flow works. My recommendation is don't filter yourself. Just let your flow go. Just let that inner voice that says, no, over there. Follow it. You'll be surprised what your intuition will pick up and what that non-conscious mind that gets talked about by Jung and other psychiatrists, what they were really kind of saying is there's a lot more going on there than your conscious mind. So I think in many respects, I came up with this stuff just out of my own subconscious. I didn't filter it. I've written too many novels now and too many short stories and poems to filter myself. Plus, I'm 59 years old. I'm not too worried about anything. I just want to share the art that I enjoy and why I came up with it. And so, there comes the book cover. You kind of have an idea how the book name came from. By the way, one quick note, Huang, if you'll notice, is spelled Huang. That is the first emperor of China, one of his names. It's Huang. And he is credited with naming China, China. I know. So then you go and you don't know anything about the book. Let's just say now you look at it and what do you see? Let me show you real quick and I'll come back. So the book cover kind of tells you the story without telling you the story. So what happens in the story is, again, the underlying theme is China's influence into U.S. culture. Think TikTok, think DeepSeek now, all these sort of things. You're giving up your information to the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. Not the people of China, but an actual government. They follow your IP address, you're sharing it freely, and they're just sort of sitting there going, okay, I know how to handle this. I'll get back to talking about some of the characters in the book, but you can almost imagine this being political satire. I took on every single one of those little nuggets that's out there in the news right now and expressed it the best way I could. If you notice, the golf ball has an outline of the country of China. It's also a feminine-looking hand holding a golf tee underneath it. And so in the story, Benjamin has to play the three sisters of fate, Nona, Decima, and of course Morta, in a golf match. I'll talk about how that all gets set up later, but in this case, you know there's a golf match about to happen, and it's a deadly game. It all happens inside Benjamin's mind because that's really what drives the story. Is he gets knocked out, gets a probe put in the back of his head by Dr. Huang, and Dr. Huang's going to torture him. And so that's kind of how the book cover kind of came together. Is, hey man, where's Dr. Huang? Well, Huang's inside Benjamin's head, and the three sisters of fate are the folks that Benjamin has to compete with to stay alive. Because the underlying theme here also is, in the story itself, and I'll close with this, two things. One, if he lies, he dies. Sort of a Jim Carrey kind of riff there, I think. And then lastly, if you want a free copy, I give away copies all the time, signed copies. Just send me a note through nathanielsewell.com. There's a contact page here that you can go to off of the video here, and just send me a note, and we'll send you a free copy. I do it all the time. I've got, like I said, 6 novels. Happy to share them. I hope people enjoy them. I hope people find it kind of thought-provoking. That's kind of my thinking of why I wrote Hey Man, Where's Dr. Huang? So with that, I hope you find this interesting, and I'll take up another video pretty soon about one of my other novels. Take care.